What if there was a decision-making hack so simple yet powerful that it could help you make smarter choices in minutes and avoid years of regret? Sounds like magic, right? But it's not. It's science-backed, and it's called the 10-10-10 rule. Whether you're navigating career changes, handling relationship dilemmas, or just debating whether to skip dessert tonight, this rule will give you clarity and confidence like nothing else. Stick around, because in the next few minutes, I'll show you exactly how to use this rule to transform your decision-making process. And the best part? You don't need fancy tools or complicated systems, just 3 questions and a little perspective. Before we dive deeper, if you're someone who's all about growth, learning, and leveling up your life, hit that subscribe button now. Here on this channel, we unpack the tools, strategies, and frameworks that take you from where you are to where you want to be. By subscribing, you're investing in your own growth. So make that choice now, you won't regret it. The 10-10-10 rule, developed by best-selling author Suzy Welch, is a simple yet powerful decision-making framework. It prompts you to evaluate your choices through 3 time frames: how you'll feel about the decision in 10 minutes, its impact on your life in 10 months, and whether it aligns with your values and goals in 10 years. By cutting through the distractions and emotions that often cloud judgment, this rule encourages logical, holistic thinking and helps you avoid impulsive choices that may lead to regret. Let's break it down with relatable examples to show just how powerful the 10-10-10 rule can be. Imagine you're at a party and someone offers you a decadent slice of cake. It looks irresistible, but you've been dedicated to your fitness goals. In the moment, that cake is tempting. It's sweet, satisfying, and hard to resist. However, if you pause and ask, "How will I feel about this in 10 minutes?" The answer might be a tinge of guilt for breaking your plan. This step acknowledges your emotions, but gives you a chance to breathe and think before acting impulsively. Now consider a bigger decision, starting a side hustle. Over the next 10 months, it might demand sacrifices like less free time, late nights, and overcoming some failures. But it could also lead to financial freedom, creative fulfillment, and career growth. This medium-term perspective helps you weigh the short-term challenges against the rewards. Finally, think about the 10-year perspective. Imagine you're in a relationship that's not making you happy. It's comfortable in the short term, but fast forward a decade. Will you regret the time you stayed? Or will you be glad you made the tough choice to prioritize your long-term happiness? This step forces you to consider your future self, aligning decisions with your values and dreams. You might be wondering, why is this framework so effective? Because it fights 2 enemies of good decision-making: impulsivity and decision fatigue. We live in a world of instant gratification. From social media likes to same-day delivery, we've been conditioned to chase immediate rewards. But the 10-10-10 rule snaps us out of that mindset. It forces us to zoom out and consider not just what feels good now, but what will feel right later. At the same time, it's a cure for decision fatigue, the mental exhaustion we all feel from making 1,000 tiny choices every day. By narrowing your focus to just 3 clear time frames, this rule simplifies the process and makes decision-making less overwhelming. Now, let's get practical. How can you use the 10-10-10 rule in your daily life? Take career decisions, for example. If you're offered a job in a new city, the 10-minute perspective might focus on the initial excitement or anxiety about relocating. The 10-month perspective shifts to evaluating how this move could impact your career growth and opportunities. The 10-year perspective asks the big question: will this role help me build the life I truly want? Now, consider relationship choices. Should you confront a friend or partner about a lingering issue? In the moment, the 10-minute perspective might feel awkward or uncomfortable. But in 10 months, that conversation could lead to a stronger bond, or the clarity to move on. Fast forward 10 years, and you'll likely be glad you prioritized honesty and personal growth over avoiding conflict. Lastly, think about everyday habits, like hitting snooze on your morning alarm. Sure, in the moment, it feels great. That's your 10-minute perspective. But over 10 months, a habit like this could derail your productivity. In 10 years, it might even mean missed opportunities to achieve your goals and dreams. The 10-10-10 rule makes it easier to pause, reflect, and make choices that truly serve you. Speaking of mornings, if you're ready to start your day on a high note, check out our other video. This morning routine is scientifically proven to make you limitless. after this one. It's packed with proven tips to supercharge your energy, focus, and productivity. Trust me, you don't want to miss it. Now, before you start applying the 10-10-10 rule to every decision in your life, let's address a few common pitfalls. One of the biggest mistakes is overanalyzing the 10-minute perspective. Emotions matter, but they shouldn't dominate your decision-making process. Letting fear of discomfort or temporary inconvenience hold you back can prevent bold, necessary steps forward. The solution? Recognize that the 10-minute view is just one piece of the puzzle. Acknowledge your feelings, but don't let them dictate the final choice. Another challenge is struggling to predict the long-term impact. The 10-year perspective can feel overwhelming because it's impossible to foresee every detail of the future. Instead of focusing on perfect predictions, ask yourself, does this decision align with the kind of person I want to become? Lastly, the medium-term view, 10 months, is often overlooked. This phase is critical because it connects your present choices to your future outcomes. For example, starting a business or ending a relationship may feel daunting unless you consider how to handle the transition period. To address this, use the 10-month perspective to outline actionable steps and set realistic expectations for the near future. By keeping these pitfalls in mind, you'll apply the 10-10-10 rule more effectively. Let's dig into the science. Why does the this rule resonate so deeply with how we make decisions? First, it tackles impulsivity, a natural tendency of our brains driven by the dopamine loop. Every time we make a snap decision, like buying on impulse or indulging in that extra slice of pizza, we get a quick hit of dopamine, creating a short-term high. Unfortunately, these impulsive choices often lead to long-term regrets. The 10-10-10 rule disrupts this cycle by forcing us to zoom out and consider the bigger picture, breaking free from the pull of immediate gratification. Next, it combats decision fatigue, the mental exhaustion caused by the overwhelming number of choices we face daily. By narrowing the focus to just 3 timeframes, the rule simplifies the decision-making process, helping us act faster and with more confidence. Finally, the rule emphasizes alignment with core values. The 10-year perspective ensures that your choices reflect who you are and what truly matters to you. When your decisions align with your values, regret becomes a thing of the past, allowing you to act with clarity and purpose. The 10-10-10 rule isn't just a theory. It's a practical tool that has helped people navigate real-life decisions with clarity. Take Emily, for example, a young professional who was offered a new job in a different city. In the 10-minute perspective, she felt excitement mixed with nervousness at the thought of relocating. But using the rule, she considered the 10-month view. She'd have time to adjust, make new friends, and grow her career. Looking ahead to the 10-year perspective, Emily saw this role as a stepping stone to achieving her long-term goals. With this framework, she confidently accepted the job, and years later, she's thriving in her dream career. Another example is David, a father of 2 debating whether to join a gym. In the moment, the 10-minute view made the idea feel inconvenient. He was tired after work and unsure if he'd stick with it. But when he thought about the 10-month view, he envisioned himself with more energy to play with his kids and improved overall health. Looking 10 years ahead, David saw himself as a healthier role model for his family. Using the 10-10-10 rule, he committed to regular exercise and now credits this simple decision for improving both his physical health and quality of life. These relatable scenarios highlight how this rule can help with decisions that seem small in the moment, but have the potential to shape your future in meaningful ways. Incorporating the 10-10-10 rule into your daily life is simpler than you might think. Start by pausing and reflecting before making any significant decision. Take a moment to step back and ask yourself the 3 key questions. How will I feel about this decision in 10 minutes? How will it affect me in 10 months? And what impact will it have 10 years from now? Writing your thoughts down can also make a big difference. Create a simple chart with the 3 timeframes and jot down your answers. This visual clarity can help you see the bigger picture. Remember, this rule isn't just for life-altering choices. It's equally effective for smaller everyday decisions. Whether you're deciding how to spend your weekend or figuring out how to approach a challenging work project, the 10-10-10 rule provides valuable perspective. Lastly, share this framework with friends, family, or colleagues. Talking it through with others not only deepens your understanding, but might also help someone else make smarter, more intentional choices. By practicing these steps consistently, this rule can become a natural part of your decision-making process. When you consistently make better decisions, the impact goes beyond you. Your choices influence your career, relationships, and even your legacy. This rule is more than a decision-making tool. It's a mindset. It trains you to think critically, act intentionally, and live a life that aligns with your deepest values. If you found this video helpful, imagine how many more insights we have waiting for you. Subscribe now to join a community of growth-minded individuals who are leveling up their lives every single day. By subscribing, you're taking another step toward your limitless potential. Before you go, don't miss our video, The 3-Minute Trick to Stop Procrastination Forever. It's filled with practical tips to help you conquer procrastination and boost your productivity instantly. Finally, don't forget to like this video, share it with someone who needs it, and hit the bell icon so you never miss another life-changing strategy. Together, let's make every decision count.